The New York Times finally stops avoiding the G word. The New York Times has published an op-ed by a genocide scholar who says he resisted acknowledging the truth of what Israel is doing in Gaza for as long as he could, but that he can no longer deny the obvious. It's an admission that may as well have come from the New York Times itself. In an article titled, "I'm a Genocide Scholar, I Know It When I See It," a Brown University professor of Holocaust and genocide studies named Omer Bartov argues that Israel is literally trying to wipe out Palestinian existence in Gaza, and denounces his fellow Holocaust scholars for failing to acknowledge reality. Bartov writes, "My inescapable conclusion has become that Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinian people. Having grown up in a Zionist home, lived the first half of my life in Israel, served in the IDF as a soldier and officer, and spent most of my career researching and writing on war crimes and the Holocaust, this was a painful conclusion to reach, and one that I resisted as long as I could. But I have been teaching classes on genocide for a quarter of a century. I can recognize one when I see one." End quote. And resist he did. In November 2023, Bartov wrote another op-ed for the New York Times saying, quote, "As a historian of genocide, I believe that there is no proof that genocide is currently taking place in Gaza, although it is very likely that war crimes and even crimes against humanity are happening." End quote. Apparently, he is seeing the proof now, and has stopped resisting what's been clear from the very beginning. And it would seem the editors of The Gray Lady have ceased resisting as well. The New York Times, which has an extensively documented pro-Israel bias, has frenetically avoided the use of the G word on its pages from the very beginning of the Gaza onslaught. Even in its opinion and analysis pieces, the NYT Overton window has cut off at framing the issue as a complex matter of rigorous debate, with headlines like, "Accused of genocide, Israelis see reversal of reality, Palestinians see justice," and "The bitter fight over the meaning of genocide," representing the closest thing to the pro-Palestinian side of the debate you'd see. During the same time, we've seen headlines like, "From the embers of an old genocide, a new one may be emerging," used in reference to Sudan. In an internal memo obtained by The Intercept last year, New York Times reporters were explicitly told to avoid the use of the word genocide, as well as terms like ethnic cleansing and occupied territory. The memo says, "Genocide has a specific definition in international law. In our own voice, we should generally use it only in the context of those legal parameters. We should also set a high bar for allowing others to use it as an accusation, whether in quotations or not, unless they are making a substantive argument based on the legal definition." Earlier this year, the American Friends Services Committee canceled its paid advertisement in the New York Times calling for an end to the genocide in Gaza, saying the outlet had wanted them to change the word genocide to war in order for their ad to be published. So there has been a significant change. To be clear, this analysis by Omer Bartov is not significant in and of itself. He is only joining the chorus of what has already been said by human rights organizations like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, United Nations human rights experts, and the overwhelming majority of leading authorities on the subject of genocide. What is significant is that even experts who've been resisting acknowledging the reality of the genocide in Gaza because of their bias toward Israel have stopped doing so, and that even the imperial media outlets most fiendishly devoted to running propaganda cover for that genocide have run out of room to hide. The Israel apologists have lost the argument. They might not know it yet, but they have. Public sentiment has turned irreversibly against them as people's eyes are opened to the truth of what's happening in Gaza, and more propagandists are choosing to rescue what's left of their tattered credibility instead of going down with a sinking ship. Truth is slowly beginning to get a word in edgewise. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Keep resisting. It's working.